Come on, don't say that.
Ṣèdè ọ̀gá tẹ̀ ní bóyá wíìkì dé ọ̀gá lè rí báyọ̀.
Oh, it's my phone, I think. I think I did. Oh, sorry. No, she did not join. Theater. Fi bank balance. No, wọ́n fẹ́ rà ní wọ́n fẹ́ gba owó access to revolving fund ni.
Good morning, Madam Korede. Please, can you mute your mic? We can hear all your discussions. Good morning. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning, Regina. Regina.
Good morning, Dr. Funto.
Good morning, Ma. Are we starting 10 for 10 or are we waiting a bit for others? Because I think it's 10 on the dot.
Yeah, so let's just give them 2 minutes, then we can comment.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you.
Máìkì mi ò máa wà mọ́ọ̀tì báyìí, kí ló dé?
Good morning, everyone. Hello.
Wannan aiki na
Not clear. Oh,
Hello.
network.
Hello,
Yeah,
good
hello.
morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this call. My name is Dr. Funto Babarinde, and I'll be your moderator for today. We're going to start immediately. Please, I would appreciate if everybody who is on this call can please mute themselves so that we can hear clearly. Thank you very much. And today's virtual meeting, the theme for today's virtual meeting is clarifying your vision and goals for 2025. Clarifying your vision and goals for 2025. That's why we are on this call, and that's why we are here. And I would like to start immediately by giving the head of the Gender and Youth Units, Mrs. Olabinkwe Fawale, the opportunity to give us her welcome and opening remarks. Mrs. Fawale, are you on this call now? Hello, Mrs. Fawale, are you on the call?
Yes. Good
Okay,
morning.
please, we're handing over to you to please give us your welcome and opening remark now. Thank you.
Okay. Let me put on my video. Okay, good morning, everybody. I want to say good morning to my DG, Mr. Charles Odi, our various partners that are on the call, our eloquent guest speaker, and our esteemed entrepreneurs. For these 2 days, we are all fortunate to have our speakers who will be sharing their wealth of knowledge, policies, initiatives with us on how to effectively accomplish our business goals for the year 2025. You all agree with me that a well-defined business goal obviously is a foundation for us to achieve our dreams for the year 2025. When our goal is well defined, automatically it will aid us in achieving our various goals. It will also stand as a kind of energizer even to the employees that we work with. So we all need to be attentive this morning. We all need to engage very well, ask relevant questions from our from the different players in the ecosystem that we have before us for these 2 days. Like I said, the women and youth of SMIDAN put this program together to assist us, to inform us on various initiatives, various programs that we have within the ecosystem. So we should take good advantage of this. We have FRIS coming on board, we have NEPC coming on board, we have SON, NAFDAC, and others coming on board. And ultimately, we have a guest speaker that will be coming to interact with us for today and tomorrow on how to clearly map out our vision to enhance our productivity and profitability in the year 2025. Once again, you are all welcome. I want to thank our speakers for making out time from their busy schedule to be with us today and also to be part of this program tomorrow. Thank you once again, and God bless you all. Funto, are you there? Hello, Funto.
I'm here. I can hear you. I'm here. Thank you for that opening remark, and thank you for that welcome speech. I'm sure we all are set to go. We have an idea of what we are here for. We're hoping that at the end of this program, we would have set the tone for the year 2025. And of course, we would have mapped out how we want to clarify the things we want to do for the year 2025 with the help of all the partners that will be interfacing with us within the next 2 weeks. At this junction, I would like to invite my DG to please come on the call to give us his presentation. And from the presentation, you find that this presentation is fully seasoned. You would get a lot of information that I'm sure you'll find useful personally and even on the business. And of course, he'll be talking to SME development initiatives in the process of this discussion. I don't know if my DG, sir, is on this call. Mr. Charles Odi, sir, are you here, sir? Hello, is DG on the call? I'm not too sure if the DG is on the call. I think there might be a problem there. So I think I'm going to have to jump that right now, and I'll probably just ask for 5 minutes. Let's find out exactly what is happening. Can we please hold on for 5 minutes? Thank you.
Hello, Funto. Hello.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is fine.
I'm thinking we can move to the next when DG comes, then.
Okay, so we'll move to the next item. If the DG is not on the call yet, I'm sure once he comes in, we'll give that attention and hear what he has to tell us. So the next activity is a presentation by Kuva Consulting. Kuva Consulting, and it will be presented by Mrs. Selina Uwogo. She's a seasoned consultant, very rich in knowledge. She'll be talking to innovative business solutions for MSMEs. And I can tell you for facts that it's the best time you're going to have with her. She's quite knowledgeable, and you will not regret being on this call by the time she's done impacting on you. Mrs. Selina, are you here, ma'am? Are you on this call, ma'am? Mrs. Selina, are you here with us on the call? I saw you earlier. Mrs. Selina, are you on the call?
Yes, I'm here. Good morning, everyone.
Okay, good morning, madam. It's nice to have you here, and it's always a wonderful time with you. Would like to hand over to you for your presentation now, ma. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year to you all. My name is Selina Unogu. I'm a vision strategist, a performance management consultant. I help individuals, businesses, leaders, and organizations clarify their vision. I also help them set goals in line with their vision so that they can lead their vision in reality in order to enhance performance. I'm excited to be here today. I would like to thank the DG Smeden for this amazing opportunity here today. Speak to you on a subject that is very important if you must succeed in business. I'm sure a good number of you would have heard, over time, the word vision. And you would think that maybe it's just a vague word, but vision is powerful when it comes to you as an individual, you as the person driving the business, or even for your business also. I'm trying to put on my video. I think it's going to come from the other side, if it's okay. So vision is very important when it comes to life's journey and when it comes to your business journey. We have come to realize that so many business owners or so many entrepreneurs, they start out and they get to a level and it becomes really challenging for them. Of course, we know where business starts from. It stems from ideas. It stems from needs. We observe or we identify some needs in society or with a group of people or with a category, and we decide that, look, we have a solution that we want to bring to these people. And then we turn that idea into a profitable money-making venture, which is, your business. You go into registration, you go into other activities, but half the time, business owners, entrepreneurs, those people who are starting out tend to ignore something which is vital, which is clarifying the direction of that particular venture that they are starting, clarifying where they are taking it to, identifying the pathway, the road map, and drawing it out clearly so that it can take them towards that direction. So these subjects around vision clarity cannot be overemphasized when it comes to being successful in business and when it comes to being a successful entrepreneur. So I'm happy to discuss this subject this morning because so many businesses have failed along the line. So many business owners are frustrated. So many businesses are not profitable, and so many people are packing up. They start out and they get to a level and they begin to go down. It is because there is one problem. The foundation is shaking. There's an error. There's something there that is not right. And that can be referred back to vision clarity. Most businesses don't have vision. Most business owners lack vision clarity, both personal and also business. So this morning, I'm going to, first of all, go into the subject of vision clarity. But before I do that, I would like us to understand the word vision. I'm sure a good number of you already have websites. You have your vision statement, you have your mission statement, but maybe you crafted all of that. But did they stem from your ideas, from where you are going to, or what you are out to bring to society and how you are going to do that? What is vision? What is vision? We cannot go into vision clarity without first of all knowing what vision is. Vision means having a mental picture or image of your desired future. A mental picture of your desired future or your future destination. So in line with your business vision means having a mental image of your desired business direction, which means that the future, the outcome, where you are taking your business to, the direction of your business. Vision is very important. Business vision clarity is key. If you must stand out, if you must be profitable. Now, why is it important for you to clarify your vision, your business vision as a business owner, as an entrepreneur? Why is it important? If you're looking at the destination of where you're going to, or you have to look into it before you go. Number one, business vision clarity brings about speed. If you want to move with speed in your business towards achieving your goals, you must clarify your vision. Number two, it brings about clarity of direction, clarity of purpose. When you see where you're going to, when you know where you're going to, you know how to plan towards getting there. You know how to take steps daily towards getting there. You align your daily activities, your daily business activities, your actions, your meetings, everything that you do to align you with your business. It is a lot easier for you to move towards that because it enables you to align all of that. Business vision clarity is important because it helps you to be more profitable. When you know where you're going to, you know where to give your energy of time, resources, or whatever it is, which helps you not to waste your time. It also enables you not to waste your resources. When you don't clarify your business vision, you tend to put money in different aspects, different areas that look like, there's opportunity, or different aspects that you think you want to use to grow your business. But at the end of the day, you really don't get to achieve that because there is no clarity of direction. You don't even know where you're going. You don't even have a roadmap towards that. So vision clarity is important for those reasons. Now, why is it that, how do you even define your goals? How do you even achieve your business goals when you don't have vision clarity? It helps you to align yourself so that you can achieve your business goals. May I let you know right now that just like your life as a business owner or as an entrepreneur has about 8 to 9 core areas, your business also has 8 to 9 core areas that you must bring to balance if you must be profitable to the level that you want to be, and you must be successful. Also, in clarifying your business vision, your business vision has its own core aspects that you need to meet. Like you need to have a vision statement. You need to have your mission statement. You need to identify your core values. You need to have your strategic goals and objectives stemming from your vision, stemming from your vision statement, and also aligned with all that you want to do to bring your business to where it should be. There are so many reasons why vision clarity is important, but for the sake of time, because I have just 30 minutes, these aspects that I have mentioned are very important. It brings about clarity. It brings about speed. It makes you more successful. Now, I want to ask all of you out there, how many of you have clarified your business vision? How many of you know where you want to be in the next 1, 2, 3, 4, or even 10 years? How many? Put it in a comment. How many of you have clarity of your business direction stemming from your purpose? Why you exist, why you started the business? Okay. Okay, I can't seem to see anyone commenting there. I'm asking, how many of you here have clarity of vision? How many of you have, okay, let's put it this way. How many of you have a vision statement that encompasses your vision for your business? Okay, Bridget said, I do. Amen Umar, I do. Okay, I have it, ma. I do. Thank you. Excellent. Now, for you to achieve your business goals, for you to be able to achieve your business goals, you must first of all have clarity of vision, where you're taking your business to. And you must allow this to drive you. You must allow it to be the map that leads you towards your future. Which means your vision or your vision statement should have elements that encompasses what your business is about, your goals and objectives for your business, the areas that you are going to focus on, and not just that, the core values binding your business. So that when we read your vision statement, the vision statement for your business, we can easily tell that this is what your business is about. Unfortunately, we have so many people who have crafted vision statements, and when we read it, we don't see that it is in alignment with what they are even doing. So there's a right and wrong way of coming about your vision for your business. For your vision, for your business to move towards where you want it to be, you need to make sure that you define your goals. What are goals? It's not enough to have vision. It's not enough for you to say, look, I know what I want to do. I know where I'm going to. I know what I want to achieve. I know what I am about. It's not enough for you to do that. Remember, I said that vision is a mental picture of your desired future. The desired future for your business, the outcome of your business at the end. So with vision, you are moving forward and seeing the end of it, and you're coming back. But it's not enough for you to see it mentally. For you to be able to achieve your goals, your business goals, for you to be successful, for you to say that, yes, this business is working and it's profitable, you need to come out of the mental state and do some things that will bring your vision to reality. And what do? How do you bring your vision to reality? You need to set goals. Now that you have clarified where you're going to, you need to come back now.
Please, others, can we mute our mics? That was one of the first rules we gave so that we don't disturb the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. So you need to come back now and set strategic goals. And you must set specific goals. Goals that align with your vision, where you want to go to. You have to clearly define how you want to go there, what you are going to do to move towards that future. How will I have the kind of business? For example, if you have a mental picture of maybe having a successful portrait, sorry about that. If you want it to move forward, if you have, for example, a mental image, let's say your business area or where you're functioning is in farming. Let's just use poultry as an example. Maybe that's where you are. And you see yourself as someone who has a particular need or who has, strength in an aspect, maybe like a unique value proposition, something that stands out. And you know that area, it's something that you bring some form of uniqueness to, and you want to bring it out. You have seen a picture that, look, I want it to spread across. I want it to go to different states, maybe 5 states, for example. You can jump from that image and start, planting all around. No, you have to come back and break it down. I have seen where I want to go to. I have seen what I want to bring. Or how do I take it there? That's where you bring your goals in. So goals are important when it comes to achieving or driving towards your vision. But how do you do that? First of all, you need to set goals. But when you set goals, you must set specific goals. I wanted to go deep on vision clarity today, understanding vision, and then go into defining and breaking down your business goals and how you can achieve it tomorrow. Because it's important, first of all, for you to know.
You don't go buy beans. You don't go buy red beans.
Know where you're taking the
Just give Madam Selina, give her the money for this now.
Hello, people. If you are on this call, please mute yourself. Whatever you are saying, once you don't mute your mic, it's interrupting our presentations. Please, that's the first rule for this class. Thank you.
Thank you. So if you want to achieve your business goals for 2025, you need to ask yourself, number one, where do I want to be by the end of 2025? That's December. You need to travel in your mind. By the end of December, where would I like to be? What would I like to achieve? What do I want to see? What's the outcome that I seek? What do I desire to have, to be, or to do in my business for 2025? Driving into December. So you need to have a mental picture. So I ask you, if you can close your eyes and imagine, use your imagination, reflect and ask yourself, by the end of the year 2025, in December, where would I like to be? See yourself where you would like to be in 2025. By the end of 2025, you have to mentally see it first. Then you come back and then you ask yourself, how do I get there? How do I achieve it? How do I go about it? What areas can I dominate? You need to check, do a SWOT on yourself, on your business, and ask, where do I have strength? What did I do very well in the previous year? What can I do again? What are the areas that I can improve on? What are my weak areas? What are the things that we are not able to do well? What are the threats, both internal and external? Internal means within your business, and external, society, the factors that you cannot control. Then you come back and you start setting goals around your opportunities, the opportunities that are available to you, the things you have done very well, where you have strength. And then you come back and you look at the threat. And you also have to identify how you can navigate them, or the aspect that you're weak, how you can bring it up. If you need to develop yourself in different areas, maybe you need specific knowledge in some aspect, you write it down. Maybe you will need, maybe you need resources. You have to write it down. Now, it's important that you write down your goals. When you're setting goals for your vision that will drive you into the future, if you want to be successful, you must make sure that you write those goals down all around your opportunities. How do you do more of that? Are you tapping into that enough? What do I do to achieve that? Then you begin to write. Your goals must be specific. Hopefully tomorrow, I'm going to break it down on how you can set those goals and also break those goals down into milestones so that you can take authentic steps towards achieving your business goals for 2025. I already told you the meaning of vision. I've already explained the importance of having vision clarity, especially for your business. I also mentioned how you can mentally picture where you want to be. Also let you know how you can turn those opportunities. Tomorrow we go into a more practical aspect where I would show you how you can break down those goals. Because so many of us set goals, but these goals are not specific enough. So many of us set goals and we are unable to achieve them, and it brings about frustration. So if you have any question, I'd like to take your question. Okay. Moderator, I'd like to take questions so I can intervene or deal with that if it's okay.
Okay, so please, I'm sure you enjoyed the presentation and I'm sure you've picked a couple of things. Do we have questions for our presenter? Do you have questions for Mrs. Selina Ogu? Are there any areas of clarity you would like to have? If you cannot speak, you're free to send a message. You can send it as a message. We'll read it out if you cannot speak. I would appreciate if you can speak. That would be better for us. No questions at all from anybody? 24 messages, so let's see. Okay, so there are a couple of questions. What if you set your goals and economy factors comes in like price raise? What do you do, ma? That's a question from one of the participants. Miss Selina, are you there?
Thank you. Yes, I'm here. I was asking to be unmuted, but it's okay now. Someone put there, is there any models or standards to use while setting?
Yes, that's also another question. That's the second question. There are two questions.
Yes. Yes, I'm aware that this program is for 2 days, right? We have a session tomorrow, right? Do we?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so tomorrow I'm going to break down how you can define goals. Yes, we have standards that we use and models to set goals. And tomorrow we'll go into that practically. I'll show you how to do that using presentation slide, if that's okay. So someone said, please, Ma, how do we overcome our challenges when chasing our vision? Okay. Now, these are the measures you need to put in place. You know, business comes with its own form of goals. So, but one thing about being visionary is something is driving you. Starting that business in the first place, it's a need that you are out to meet. I like to tell people you're not in business just because you want to make money. You're in business to solve a problem. I want to also believe that there was a reason why your business even started, why you started your business, stemming from your own personal vision. You personally checking that, where do I want to be in life? What do I want to achieve? What would I do? Do I want to bring to society? Which solution? Now, when it comes to overcoming challenges, when chasing your vision, the first thing you want to do is to stick to your why you're in that business. Yes, why you're in that business. That's the reason why it's important that when you are going into your business, these are the things that you want to clarify from the personal point. As a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a startup, why am I going into this business? Now, if you do not have a strong why, it's going to shake you up a bit when you start experiencing challenges when you're chasing your vision, because challenges must come. Because you're stepping into different terrains. You're meeting and interfacing with people from different backgrounds. You're interfacing with people with different beliefs, either as clients or customers or associates or whatever it is at all. So definitely you're bound to experience that. You need to develop a strong mental attitude when it comes to your vision, because those challenges will come. And that's the reason why you as an entrepreneur or as a business owner, it's not enough for you to be in business. You also need to develop yourself personally, which is part of the goals that you have to set. Your own personal development. You need to know how to manage your emotions. You need to know how to be mentally sound so that when these challenges come, you're able to navigate. So it comes down to the investment that you make in yourself. Because I tell you, definitely, the road is not straightforward when it comes to driving towards your vision. Things will come in line, but you need to develop a strong mental attitude. Then number two, you also need to have strong personal guiding principles, you as an individual. Because half the time when we start experiencing challenges, we start looking for alternatives, or we go out of character, which can affect your business and affect your vision in the long run. Thank you. Someone said, what if you set your goals and economic factors come in like price raise? Yes, that's the reason why we said that. When in your visioning process, your business visioning process, you clarify your vision, your mission, your core values, and also you need to do an assessment on your business. I talked about the SWOT, using the SWOT analysis. And what do? Where you check your opportunities. Now, the aspect where you check your threats, I mentioned internal and external threats, where you mentioned that you already can foresee anything can happen. Economic factors can change. These are factors that you cannot control. They are external. So when you set goals and these factors come in place, you need to go back. Your goals are subject to review. You go back and you review your goals so that you can come up with how to mitigate that. So you're checking your threats because you want to identify or you want to come up with mitigating factors or strategies so that if any of these things happen, they will not take you off. They are bound to happen because you cannot control them. So you come back, your goals are subject to review. And you can come back and check when anything is happening in the economy. Okay.
Ma, the next question I think talks to inflation.
Yeah.
So could you give us a word or two on that for just 1 minute? And then we'll take one more question before we conclude. We have 5 minutes left.
So this is going to go back to what I just explained. This is going back because you would have identified what are the factors that can affect my vision, the goals that I'm setting for my vision. On that threat, that's where you're checking. Inflation, you can't control inflation. Inflation is external, is based on economic factor. So the way you can navigate that still is the same explanation that I gave. Inflation definitely is going to affect your business, but can you control it personally or can you control it with your business? No. So when you're setting your goals, you need to have in view, what if there's inflation? What am I going to do? Or when it happens, check the trends around it before you come back to review what you would do with your goals in line with that vision. I don't know if I explained that in a manner that you understand.
I think you did, Ma. So let's take the other two questions. One says, for delivery, from your delivery, the definition and your definition of vision, how do I sync vision of a serial entrepreneur? How do I sync visions of my serial entrepreneurship? I think this person is a serial entrepreneur. How do you sync your vision if you're a serial entrepreneur? I think that's the question.
Okay. First of all, there's someone driving the business and that person is you. Your business is just a part of your life. You have 8 to 9 core areas of life. You have your family, you have your personal development, you have your spirituality, you have your relationship, you have your love life, you have your health, you have your finances, and also you have your business or your career. So you can see that your business is just a portion of your life. And your business is the area that money comes through, which means that if anything happens with your business, your financial area, your health and other aspects will be affected. So as a serial entrepreneur, what you need to do is, first of all, you need to sit down and think and ask yourself, amongst all of these businesses, everything, that I have my hands in, that I'm doing, which one has the tendency to pay me more and which one has the ability to solve bigger problems? Because it is when you solve bigger problems that you are more profitable. When you solve bigger problems, it will help you more. Because I see that serial entrepreneurs, because you spread your energy across different aspects, it's always not very easy for you to hold one. But I also believe that there's a formula of, even if you want to do many things, there's a formula for you to master one and hold one, which is your core. So if you want to sync your vision, being a serial entrepreneur, it comes from you. You need to go back and ask yourself some questions. What comes easily to me? You need to go back to your purpose discovery question. What do I know how to do very well? What is that thing that comes easily to me? Where do I have strength? What is that thing that makes me unique, that I am turning into business? There is one of that business that covers all of that. Now that's where you want to clarify the vision from. Other things another way you can take it is line up all the things that you're doing and sit down and do that one after the other. And that's the reason why I have the time. I really don't advise that you do too many things at a time. So many people are wired.
We have 1 minute left, Ma. One last question, and that is, please
look into that differently.
Hello, Ma, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, so one last question, Ma. Please, I would appreciate if she can throw more light on, no, not inflation. I think we've talked about that. There's one before that. Sometimes you are so enthusiastic about your business goals, objectives, and all. But when you get into the real market, you just meet a lot of roadblocks, making it look like you must have some high connections to be able to scale through. Please, what can you say to that, Ma?
Okay, so I'd like to tell you, I mentioned it before and I'm going to tell you again. When you're going into business, I don't want you to go like you're going on an easy, jolly ride. No, there are different levels and there are phases when it comes to birthing your ideas, when it comes to birthing your business. And at every juncture, at every level, you need to break the barriers, because they are barriers. Barriers in the sense that there are things that you need to learn. There are things that you need to do at every level. And some of it, you probably might not have clarity of those things before you start your business. Or maybe you don't have strength in those areas or wisdom in those areas. And as you go into business, they begin to open up and begin to navigate. And that's the reason why it's important that from the very go, you identify where you have strength, where you have knowledge, or where you need to develop yourself, so that you can strategically map out those areas and develop yourself in those areas as you go. Yes, business is going to be tough as you move forward, as you go, move on. But one thing you have to do, it comes back to you. You need to work on your mind. You need to work on your mindset. You need to work on your mental attitude, because those challenges will come. That's when most people give up. Those challenges will come. That's when most people go out of character, like I said before. So there's a place of the business and the place of you, who is the driver of that business, who is moving that business forward. You need to develop yourself in the areas that you know you don't have strength in. You need to keep doing it. You need to keep building up. You need to keep learning. You need to attend seminars. You need to attend programs. You need to have mentors. You need to be part of groups, associations, organizations that will open up platforms for you to learn those things so that you can navigate them. Constantly identify the areas that you're finding difficult, or the areas that seem difficult to you, so that you can come about solutions, so that you will know which book to read, which program to pay for, what to do. But I'm going to tell you, and I will not even mince words at all, on your way towards your vision for your business, towards the future, you are going to experience a whole lot. It is not a one-way traffic, but you must be able to identify what is going on, what you're feeling, what you're not able to overcome, what is, the main problem is, pointing it out and finding out ways to navigate it, which is setting goals around it. Tomorrow, I will explain better when we are setting goals.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma. Thank you for that very detailed explanation. At this junction, we'll have to go to the next presentation. I'm sure we have more questions. I can see some more questions. Like we said, she's going to be here tomorrow. So any question that hasn't been taken today, I'm sure we'll take it as part of what we'll do tomorrow. Right now, I'd like to call on the next presenter. Thank you, Ms. Selina, for your time. We appreciate you. And we hope you're always available to us until the SME space grows. Our next presentation.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. Our next presenter will be Mrs. Nena Jacob Ogogo from FCMB. Please, is she on the call? Mrs. Nena. Mrs. Nena Jacob Ogogo, are you on the call?
Good morning. Yes,
Good
I am.
morning.
Good morning.
It's nice to have you here.
Good morning.
You have the call. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, DG. Good morning. Let me stand on all existing protocol. I'd just like to say thank you so much for having me here. And let me also say thank you to the first presenter. Madam, you did an excellent job. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can, Ma. We can hear you.
Okay, great.
Yes, we can.
I'm going to share I'm going to share a slide. Is that okay? Am I going to be able to call up a presentation?
Okay, hold on, Ma. Admin, please, can you help her? We want to share a slide. Thank you. Can you please help her share her slide? Are you ready, Ma?
I'm ready.
Okay,
I'm
so
just Okay, let me know when you can see my screen.
We can see your screen. We can see your screen.
Good.
Your slides are running.
Thank you. Okay, so once again, my name is Nena Jacob Ogogo. You'll have to excuse my voice. I'm suffering the effects of a cough and cold. But if you can hear me, then that's fine. My name is Nena Jacob Ogogo. I head the gender desk for FCMB, First City Monument Bank. And I'm very happy to be here today in the midst of you all. I'm going to start by introducing She Ventures. She Ventures is FCMB's business initiative, and we provide financial and non-financial services to female entrepreneurs. I don't know how many of us, I can't see the screen, but if you have heard of She Ventures, would you please just put something in the chat? Let me know how many of us actually have heard of She Ventures from FCMB. Thank you. And we're built on 4 pillars. Talk about access to finance, access to networks, access to knowledge, and access to markets. And I'm going to explain what that is. With access to finance, it simply speaks to the fact that before we set up the desk, the gender desk, we actually went to the markets, to the ladies we were going to be, who are customers, who are target markets that we wanted to empower, which is you entrepreneurs, right? And we had surveys, markets, focus group sessions, because we didn't want to come out with something to tick the boxes. FCMB needed to be sure that whatever we were bringing to the market would be fit for purpose and would actually address the gaps that we know, are present in the market. And that is how we came up with the 4 pillars. So for access to finance, it speaks to bringing finance, so access to loans at cheaper interest rates. Today, we know that the commercial rates are going as high as 40% to take a facility from a bank. In FCMB She Ventures on the gender desk, we have a couple of products. We have our zero interest loan, which is exactly what it says. We give out those funds at no interest. There are 2 variants. The first is from 500 to 5 million. And that's for, it has a 4-month tenure, which is inclusive of a 1-month moratorium. The second variant is from 5 million to 10 million, and that's for 6 months, right? So we give this out twice a year at the first half of the year and the second half of the year. The first variant is completely sector agnostic, so any entrepreneur banking with us can take that. And the second is specific to industry. So last year, for example, we did agriculture and exports, women in agri and women in exports. We're probably going to be doing those same sectors this year because we have a vision to empower more women in agri and in exports, in exportation. And then we have another loan that we offer at 16%. Now you can take up to 300 million. It's for a maximum of 3 years. But you get it at 16%. For that, of course, you would require the normal collateral. And we have the third one that you can access at 24%, and it's from 100 million, and above. Now, still talking about access to finance, because we realized that one of the limitations for female businesses is collateral. We have what we call in this risk-sharing structure where we're able to cover 70% of the facility. So if, for example, you're taking a loan of 100 million, right, and you only have, say, 45% collateral cover, so maybe that's your machinery, landed property, or even cash, you can still access that facility with a risk-sharing formula. And then we go to our non-financial services, which is access to markets, networking, and knowledge. With knowledge, what we do is we arrange capacity building programs and workshops, accelerator programs, and mentorship for women. So we aim to mentor about 1,000 women every year. Last year, we mentored and accelerated over 2,000 female businesses. Our partners for the mentorship are Whisker. Last year was Whisker and New. This year we're still using Whisker. Whisker is one of our constant partners because their sessions, their mentorship sessions are extremely robust and vibrant, right? And then we have a new mentorship partner coming on board, and that's Rising Tide, and they're extremely good at what they do. For the accelerator programs as well, that is just accelerating female businesses, and we had that which included last year. And what we have really seen in the 5 years that we have been on board in the women's space is a lot of times women just assume that what they require, what their business needs to grow is finance. So maybe if I get a loan, I'll grow bigger. If I get a loan, I can do this. We have seen that that is usually not the case. So yes, there's a need for finance, but 3/4 of the time, your business even has to be in a place for you to access finance. Otherwise, that loan you get may kill your business. A lot of women don't know. We go into business for various reasons. So for some of us, it's because we need to make ends meet. We need to support our husbands. We need to pay children's school fees and all of that. And so we don't necessarily have the we have the capacity, but not the expertise and skills, because these are actually acquired to make a success of our business, and but we go into it anyway because we need to, and we learn on the job, as they say. So FCMB realized that, and that is why we are extremely passionate about our non-financial services and try to make as much impact as we can with these services. For the networking, what we also do is, because we also realize that women don't have a lot of time for networking. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you here can relate to that. So you have diverse things that you do. You go to work, for some people, they work and still have their businesses, right? Then you go back home. If you have children, a husband, you have to look after them, make the food. I mean, if somebody says to you, can we close this deal out over dinner or, at the club or something, you probably wouldn't be able to get there for quite a number of women. And realizing that we provide opportunities where women can actually get together and network. For those that have products, showcase your products. We expose you to markets both locally and internationally. And we have seen the impact on our female customers in FCMB. So this just speaks to the non-financial activities that we had last year. So that's over 2,000 women trained, the capacity programs that we did, the accelerators, and then the zero interest loan that we gave out. And with that, I come to the end of the presentation. Thank you very much. If we have any questions, I'll take them now.
Thank you, ma'am, for that beautiful presentation. Do we have any questions for FCMB?
Yeah.
Okay, please go on with your question, ma'am.
Good morning. I have a question. It's about your zero interest loan. I've tried to assess it. I don't know what the criteria are, but I have been denied severally. And on my app, normally it shows at time it will say, hey, you can now apply for the zero interest loan facility. And when I impute fill in the form, I don't see any response. I'm actually based in Kuje. I've tried to get in touch with the manager there. It's like they have a frequent change of their manager, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure, Madam Nena, you will get to find out that. But I don't know what the criteria are. I've been banking with you for over 15 years, but I've not been able to assess it. I don't know. Maybe how do I go about it? Thank you.
Okay, just give me a second. I'm trying to send my let's see, because I'm trying to send my mail to the chat room. Okay, I've done that. So, first of all, let me say I'm sorry. I mean, if you've been banking with us for over 15 years, then that's very sad, right? But I'll tell you why. The zero interest loan, because it's zero interest, it's not so obviously it's part of the bank. What the bank did was to bring out a pot of money. So that's 200 million naira, right? And say we'll use this money for the zero interest loan and give it out to women. Now, it has a minimum balance and a maximum balance. And typically what happens is we find that about 80 women per year will get it. Okay. So when it's time for the zero interest loan, we send it out to the network that you can apply now, because you can't walk into a branch and request for the zero interest loan. It comes out at specific times. So we send it out to the network that you can apply now for the zero interest loan. When you do that application, and it comes to the center. When it gets to the center, we now go through the criteria. So you talked about the criteria. The first thing is that you must have banked with us for a minimum of 6 months, which obviously you fit the bill, right?
Okay.
Then your turnover, because the minimum amount is 500,000, right? The bank needs to know that you will be able to pay back, because we won't give you funds that there'll be difficulty in paying back. So it needs to know that you have a, say, minimum of 1 million turnover, so 6 million in 6 months, right, to access that facility, minimum of 6 million in 6 months to access that facility. So that's the first thing. So in the period
I think I
before
passed that.
yes, so I'm pretty sure you would have passed that from what you're saying. The next thing is after that, we now put it in a lottery system, because we want to be as transparent as possible. Yes, because we want to be as transparent as possible. And
Madam Lena, please hold on. Please, if you're on this call, please mute yourselves. We have said that repeatedly. Please mute your call so that we can hear clearly. Thank you. The call is
thank you very
yours.
much. Because we want to be as transparent as possible, right? And we don't want a situation where anybody is able to influence who gets the loan. It's like a lottery system. We put it into the computer and spin it, and then the names are picked. Now, when those names are picked, we then go through the accounts one by one, and we check various things. So we check, which is where the training also comes in. We check when we're going through the entrepreneurs' accounts, we check that they do not make personal purchases from their accounts, because if we're going through an account and we see something like purchase of hair, shoes, school fees, hospital bills, those kind of things, it's a red flag. As an entrepreneur, you should be able to keep your finances separate. So your business account should be your business account. Your personal account should be your personal account. If you pay yourself a salary, you transfer the salary from your business account to your personal account and make your personal purchases from your personal account. Once we see personal purchases from a business account, that account is immediately disqualified, because what that means is if you give that person a facility, they would use it to make personal purchases. So that account will be disqualified. And then by the time we go through all that, we get a certain number, and then we reach out to the branches and tell the account officers to please get in touch with their customers that they have gotten the facility. So those are the criteria that we use. Now, it's possible that because it's a lottery system, and because the numbers are limited, I mean, we have about 70,000 female customers right now. So if we have 70,000 female customers and about 80 to 100 will get that facility every year, then a lot of women will not access it. What we are doing now is looking for developmental organizations that we can partner with. So first of all, there's an application to the bank to increase the amount in that pot so that more women will get it. But then we're also looking for government agencies that are willing to match funds with us and also, contribute so that that pot also becomes bigger and we're able to give more women that facility. So I hope that answered your question. But I put my email in the chat room. So please, thank you. My time is up. Please send me an email. Thank you.
Okay, but I just want to give an advice that there should be something like a feedback so that you know it's over and really you got the application. Sure, you understand. When we know it's over,
Thank you for that.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, Ms. Nena, it's nice to have you. Thank you for all that information. And our bringing FCMB was intentional. There is this saying that the only thing worse than being blind is having sight but not having a vision. And this was said by Helen Keller. We have brought FCMB because we have a vision of where we are going to in the year 2025. They are willing to support our women SMEs to move to the next level. So we'll hope that as we clarify our visions for 2025, we'll be able to partner with banks such as FCMB to be able to achieve our goals in 2025. Our next presentation will be by Mr. Femi Olarinde from FIRS, and they'll be speaking to us on taxation policies and the benefits to the MSMEs. Mr. Femi Olarinde, are you on the line? Mr. Femi Olarinde, are you on the call, sir?
Yes, I'm on.
Okay.
Just give me 5 minutes to set to someone.
Okay. Good morning, sir. You're welcome to this conversation.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you, sir. You're welcome to the conversation, sir.
Okay.
You have 10 minutes to give us information that will help our female SMEs do better regarding taxes, policies, and benefits to the MSMEs. The call is yours, sir.
Okay. Okay. So when I was informed, I thought I was going to be speaking on tax reforms. But if you, of course, I can tell you on information that will make MSME better. I have something on tax obligation of MSMEs.
So you are speaking on both. You are speaking on tax reforms, tax policies, and benefits to the MSMEs, and its benefit to the MSMEs.
Okay.
Yes.
So let me start. You prefer put on my video or you?
Whichever works for you, sir. We're fine with it.
Okay. Good morning to you all. And
morning,
I have
sir.
10 minutes to speak. And so good morning. I would let me use since I'm speaking on both, I'll first like to tell you some of the obligation of MSMEs, especially when it comes to taxation. We are speaking on tax today. And first thing, what is tax? Tax is a compulsory levy imposed by government. And why do government impose tax? Government impose tax so they could have resources to take care of the work the citizens has given to the government. And so that is why government charges tax. Can you see my system?
Yes,
Hello?
we can see the slides, sir.
Okay, good. So that is why government asks for tax. Tax is a civic responsibility, and everyone who is a citizen need to be in tune. So it's a provision under our grand norm, which is we call our constitution. It says everyone who does business or who earns an income must declare his tax, his income truthfully to the agency of government, to the right agency of government. So for those of us that do business, we are expected to declare and do the right thing. So let me first go to the types of taxes to pay. Let me speak about who do you pay to, depending on who you are. We are talking about MSMEs now. So MSMEs can be either incorporated or unincorporated. So if MSME is incorporated, that means you're seen as a limited liability company, and so you will be paying to the Federal Inland Revenue Service. That's income tax. Now, if it's an unincorporated, let's say it's a business name, it'll be paying to the state where that business resides. And the business, so it depends on the state where it resides, you'll be paying to this. So we have different types of taxes, which you have the company's income tax, the petroleum profit tax, value-added tax, capital gains tax, tertiary education tax, national information technology development levy, the stamp duties, and personal income tax. And so you may say, oh, will an MSME pay all this type of taxes? No. MSME, we only pay the one that is relevant to them. So like I said, if you are an incorporated company, you'll be paying company's income tax. If you are unincorporated, it's a business name, you'll be paying personal income tax. So you only pay one form of income tax. Then we have a capital gains tax. Capital gains tax simply says that when you have an asset that you use for business, and when you dispose such asset, you actually make some income from disposal of such asset. And so the income you make, which we call a gain, you should pay tax on such gain. And so that is what Capital Gains Tax Act does. Then we have the tertiary education tax, which is a contribution to financing education, tertiary education in Nigeria. For those who are also in telecommunication, technology-related businesses, they are also expected to pay, and their turnover is about 100 million. They're expected to pay what they call the National Information Technology Development Levy, which is 1%. So for stamp duties, this happens when there are transactions, especially agreements, contracts entered into. So this is a tax you pay to involve government in your contracts. So when there is any dispute, it can be heard in the court of law. Government can come into it and also mediate and ensure that people do not lose income. They do not lose their businesses. They do not lose their assets. So that's the essence of the stamp duties. And so basically, these are taxes we pay for businesses. No, because Nigeria operates what we call fiscal federalism, both the federal, state, and local government are allowed to also collect revenue regarding their jurisdiction. So these are those that are sanctioned by the federal, that are collected at the federal level. In the case of incorporated companies, at the state level, they could also exercise their right to charge some taxes, like we call the land use charge. The local government could collect tenement rates. Some collect what we call radio, TV licenses, and some other local-based taxes. So just to give you an overview of taxes by MSMEs in Nigeria. And under the tax law, we also have those we call MSMEs, those recognized under the tax law as small business. Presently, Nigeria recognizes a business with an annual turnover of 25 million naira or below as a small company. And such business are exempt from the payment of company's income tax. So such business will not pay company's income tax. Also, such business will not have the obligation to collect VAT. And also, we have no obligation to file returns for value-added tax. So such business will not be disturbed for such. However, for company's income tax, the business will we need to file annual returns for company's income tax, but without tax payment once their turnover is within that threshold. And the essence is to ensure for government to know that truly that business is within that threshold. And that's why returns are supposed to be filed for annual returns of the companies that are classified as small companies. Aside that, the companies have the obligation to also file tax returns on behalf of their, on the deduction of what we call the pay as you earn for the staffs they have. So they have that obligation, which they are supposed to do. Deduct the taxes from their salaries, pay over to this relevant state government, and file returns on annual basis. So now, what are the other things you have to do while you are, I've spoken about filing of tax returns and payment of taxes. So when business also do, they also have the obligation to deduct tax when they give out contracts. So they deduct what we call the withholding tax from the money payment of persons they have given contract to. So they have the right, the obligation as to deduct taxes as an agent of government to deduct taxes from contract which they have given out. So government expect them to deduct those taxes from the payment, depending on the rate of tax based on the contract. And all returns for withholding tax are expected to be filed by the 21st day of the month following the month of payment. So if you pay for a contract in January, you are expected to file the returns and pay over that money you have deducted on or before 21st day of February. So that's how it works. So for also businesses that are more than 50 million naira turnover that collect VAT, is the same thing. When you collect VAT on behalf of government, you are expected to remit that VAT on or before the 21st day of the month following the month of transaction. So that is, aside that, other taxes like companies income tax are taxes that are filed on annual basis. So just note that. Now, withholding tax, this is the present, though the rate has changed now. Okay, I'll show you the present one. So there's a rate to which companies pay withholding tax. So when you're filing a tax returns, depending on the tax returns you're filing, if it's personal income tax, you have a completed self-assessment form to fill, an allowance, relief, deductions claimed. You show true and correct statement in writing, schedule of capital allowances. Capital allowances is an allowance for assets. For those who have business assets, they are allowed to claim some allowances for the depletion of their assets. So this is what capital allowance is. Then you also file an evidence of payment of the tax which you're filing. But for those who do not have payment to make, especially when you are zero, that's under the company's income tax, you will have no evidence of payment. So basically, what are the obligations of the taxpayers? You register. The first thing is whether you're MSME or B company. Once you have been incorporated, you are expected to register with the relevant tax office. Now, it's once you are registering with CAC, many times you are issued a tax identification number. But for those that do not have, the first obligation of any company in Nigeria, any business in Nigeria, is to obtain a tax identification number. The second is maintain proper books of account, maintain accurate record of employees, render self-assessment returns, which I've spoken about, deduct withholding tax on payment made and remit same to relevant tax authority, deduct pay as you earn from salaries of staff and remit same to the tax authority, make tax payment as and when due through the bank channels or e-transfer channels, and obtain your tax receipts and credit notes once you have made your payment. Also, you can obtain your tax clearance certificates. So these are your obligation. And I will stop here to now go into the tax reforms. So we are updated with what is coming. Some of these things will be changing in the tax reform, and it's good that we all know what is changing. Now, I've spoken about exemptions, so let me go to the tax reforms. Tax reform also offers a lot of benefits to MSMEs and other businesses in Nigeria. So I will share my screen and speak a little bit on tax reforms too. Okay, so what is the tax reform all about? Last year, yes, the president set up a committee called the Presidential Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms Committee. And the essence of that committee is to review Nigerian tax system and come up with a reform that will ensure that Nigeria can have a good business environment. And after a while, the committee have come up now with reforms. And what are the reforms? They came up with 4 bills. The first thing was that they even came up with a withholding tax regime that is different from what we used to have before. Reduced withholding tax. Before now, withholding tax rate is at the high of 10% and the low of 5%. But with the new tax reform, we have withholding tax rate reduced from 5 to 2% and from 10 to 5% for businesses. And the most even interesting thing is that small businesses with a turnover of 50 million that I have explained are now exempted from collection of withholding tax. So that is one very interesting there. They are also exempted from withholding taxes, being that their income are now exempted. So small companies are also exempted from payment of withholding taxes. So it makes them have liquidity for business. And so that is one of the reforms that came about. Other things about that is that the new reforms is increasing the threshold for small companies from 25 million to 50 million. And so small companies now, when you hear small company, they are now 50 million. And so companies with 50 million naira turnover will now have their taxes at 0 rate. 0 rate. So that is some of the good things about the tax reforms. And also now companies with 50 million turnover are also not expected to collect VAT. And also, if they are not expected to collect VAT, what it means is that it makes the competition easy for them. They can compete well with the big companies because people will prefer to come and buy from them rather than going to the big company. And so this is some of the gains from the reforms. Other things, okay, I'm sure you can see my screen. Other thing reform brings, like the reform simplifies the tax system. It now brings the 4 bills. Harmonizing all tax laws. I'm sure that many small businesses, because they do not have a lot of expertise, they do not have money to probably be employing an accountant who will be reading all the tax laws we have in Nigeria, and they don't have a tax manager who will be doing their tax affairs. So it may be difficult for them to understand most of the tax rules. And one thing that can benefit them, even from this tax reform, is that government have now harmonized all the tax rules in one law. So every tax you need to pay in Nigeria are now in just one law. Before now, we used to have the companies, all the taxes I mentioned earlier, companies income tax, personal income tax, capital gains tax, stamp duties, all of the petroleum profit tax in different laws, and laws that have over 70 pages, 100 pages, and you need to read all of them to know. But now we have all of them in just one law. So we have a law imposing taxes in Nigeria, which is called Nigerian Tax Law, Nigerian Tax, which is a bill for now, Nigerian Tax Bill. Then we have a law that now governs the administration of taxes, which is how to collect, who to collect, where to collect. Now, what will happen if they don't pay? All those are rules, administrative rules, that are also in one document. Also, we now have another law that is trying to re-establish what we call the FRS today and changing the name to Nigerian Revenue Service. And so that because it could show its mandate. Its mandate right now is to collect taxes accrued to the Federation and not to the federal government. So now the name is to change to know that Nigerian Revenue Service is a revenue service of the Federation. Then we have a law called the Joint Revenue Board Establishment Bill, which is just establishing a coordinating body for all tax authorities in Nigeria. Presently, it's called the Joint Tax Board. So basically, I have spoken about what these laws are and the structure. So it contains, I've spoken about that. And when it comes to the law was being proposed to reduce the company's income tax rate from the present, for small companies, it's now 0%. And small companies are companies with 50 million. I explained this earlier. For large companies, the law was being proposed to reduce it to a rate of 25% from 30%. That is companies that are over 50 million and above. Now, so that is the provision, and this is one of the provisions that the governors spoke about recently. Also, all the tax incentive we have in Nigeria before now are scattered in also all this tax law I spoke about. Right now, they are all harmonized in the new Nigerian tax bill. So it makes it easier for companies to also be able to assess those tax incentives in one place. And so MSME can ensure to know all the incentives they can claim. So we also have for individuals now, individuals who earn income of about 800,000 naira and below have tax to pay at 0% rate, which means that it is relieving small persons who earns 800,000 and below, even those, even in self-employment. So if your income is 800,000, you are expected to charge just a 0%. And 0% of anything is 0. So that's some of the things we need to note. Also, there was a proposal for VAT presently. About 80% of what we spend our money on, daily money on, especially for those in the lower scale of the economy, is now either zero rated or exempt. For people that do businesses, before they incur a lot of VAT and they use it to produce other goods that are also liable to VAT. Now you are going, especially for small business. A small business before, being that they are exempt from collecting VAT, when they buy to produce, they pay VAT and they cannot recoup this VAT they have paid. Because VAT is supposed to be a neutral tax. When you pay and you collect, you deduct what you have paid from what you have collected. And so you now pay the excess to government. If there's no excess, you're fine, you go. You don't lose anything, and you are not expected to put it on the price of your product. So it makes your product more competitive. So government has now said, even for small business, who is exempt from collection of VAT, if they have incurred VAT, they can now get a refund of that VAT they have incurred. And government is saying they can get this refund even within 30 days. Before now, if you apply for a VAT refund, the tax authority, which is the FRS, we have to audit your books before they pay back your refund. But the law is now saying, when this reform is done, that your books will not need to be audited. FRS, please pay that person the money once it's confirmed that truly he has those claims. Then later in future, you can go for your audit, but first, within 30 days of receiving the application, please pay the money. So these are some of the reforms that the law is bringing to ensure that businesses like small business are not shortchanged. And so, like I said, I think basically, when it comes to small business, they are given a priority in this bill. And I believe if you follow through and we do the right thing, everyone, the bill will be favorable even to small business. Like I said, the bill has harmonized a lot of systems, a lot of structures, brings them in parts. And I already spoken about Nigerian Tax Administration Bill. It's a bill that now harmonizes the rules governing tax administration in Nigeria. And also something I would like you to notice when we come to Joint Revenue Board Establishment Bill. There is a body that is now created called, we all know about Joint Tax Board. Tax Board is an harmonized tax authority in Nigeria, which is like an association of all the tax authority from the federal to the states and even to the states, join together so they discuss issues of common interest, provide standards for tax administration in Nigeria. And also, there's an organization called the Tax Appeal Tribunal. This is a place where people take cases of tax injustice too, and where people feel aggrieved, they can appeal to Tax Appeal Tribunal. Now we have an administrative office that is called the Office of the Tax Ombuds. It's an office that is created to administratively resolve taxpayers and tax authority conflicts. So if you have applied to something from tax authority and you are not getting it, this organization, this body will help you, protect you, and ensure that you get what is required of you from such tax authority. And I think on this note, I would like to pause and sign out. This bill on overall creates enhanced tax efficiency, ease of compliance, strengthens institutions, and provide economic stimulus. I believe when the economy is stimulated, businesses like MSMEs will also be stimulated. It fosters growth and resilience. And so I want to sign up and stop here for further comment. Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Olarinde, for that information. We appreciate how much information you have provided to us as SMEs that we can use, and all the reforms and adjustments on tax that has been made to ensure that SMEs grow. If we have any questions, please can we ask? We're only allowed to have one question because our time is fast spent. So if you have a question, please, one person can ask a question or write your questions in the chat box.
Sorry, Dr. Babarinde.
Yes.
My name is Bridget. Can I go ahead with my question?
Okay, please do.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the presentation. It was quite informing. But there was something the presenter said about withholding tax rate has been reduced. We got our information since last year. There was a circular from the Ministry of Federal Ministry of Finance stating that, and they wanted to start implementing. Then there was another gazette saying that that will start from 1st of January 2025. So we held on to implementing that reduction in withholding tax. Now, the issue is that for contractors to get paid, they are usually paid on a GiveMe's platform, and the rates have to be effected on the GiveMe's platform. There are some contractors we need to prepare payment for. The GiveMe's platform have not adjusted their rates, and if we do a different rate, we cannot synchronize. If you go ahead and do the rates that is on GiveMe's platform, now that this is being advocated, as in it's being publicized, contractors are aware that the rate has been reduced. We dare not charge them a higher rate because they are going to protest. And if the rate is not implemented on GiveMe's, we cannot do a lower rate. So I don't know what FRS is doing about ensuring that this reduction reflects on the GiveMe's platform so that we can be in sync, our own in-house system and the national system. That's the only way that can work. So please, let's know what to do or what is being done about effecting that reduction on the GiveMe's platform. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for this feedback. Of course, you know the GiveMe's platform is operated by the Accountant General of the Federation, and definitely we need to advise them. I'm sure they have been advised by the Minister of Finance before now, but one of my duty is to ensure that tax reforms are implemented. So it is a good feedback for me. I will immediately after this call, I'll speak to our technology team to ensure that this is done. In fact, I have a meeting with our technology team at 1 today. And this is definitely, as you've told, this is one thing I'm going to add to my agenda. Thank you.
We'll take one more question and we're moving to the next presenter. There's a question that's on the chat box and it says, for a business which is registered in one state but operates in another state, which state can the business get tax clearance?
Okay, one thing is, you are registered in one state and operate in another state. So what you mean is, I need to get clearance. Is it that they have branch offices or their registered address is in one state, but they are not operating in that state where they registered? But they set up offices in another state. So I need to get clearance. If it is about where the office is physically located, of course, every tax office can say, we know you are physically here. And that is to the extent where they should pay tax, because that's where they enjoy the amenities of government. However, it's not just about paper registration, because though the person who also have the paper registration will say, well, I know that your company is registered here, and so you should pay tax to me. So it does not do good to that business to have a registered address in one state and operate in another state. If you're operating in both states, fine. That means you have to pay start if it is. Now, we are talking in the case of a business name, not a company. If it's a business name, that is when you have, you may be asked to pay tax in both states. If you use a business name license or registration, but you operate in multiple states, you have to pay tax to all the states. But if you are an incorporated company, you only pay tax to one Nigerian government, which is through the Federal Inland Revenue Service. And so if a business wants to be having multiple offices, it is safer to incorporate as an incorporated company, a company. So wherever you are, if you want to have branches all over Nigeria, you pay tax, your consolidated tax in just one venue, which is the federal government, FRS. But if it's a business name and you have multiple offices, you may have to account for the taxes made within that state in that state. Thank you. I hope that's
Sorry,
clear.
please.
It's no. It's not multiple offices. It's just, for instance, now the person registered in Kaduna, and then there was crisis in Kaduna. The person now relocated to Abuja. This is where the person now operates her business.
Okay.
Yes, something like that.
So the problem that person is going to have is how to prove that it's not when Kaduna comes after you. Though, Kaduna, before now, Kaduna will only come after you by going to your location. That is to your business registered address. But but now we've gone digital. So Kaduna can say, well, I can see in my record that you are a registered company in Kaduna and decide to come after you as a business name. So to that extent, how will that person prove that it's not operating in Kaduna? Its onus of proof is on that person now to prove that I'm not operating. But it's safer for that person to go and change that registered business address to where he naturally operates. If not, there's going to be crisis. But what common sense will tell us when it's business name is that where you are residing, what the law says is that where you reside based on residence is where you should pay tax, where you reside. So even if it's an individual that go to work somewhere or does business somewhere and live in another place, where you reside is where you pay tax. I'm sure, is that clear now?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Femila for that enlightenment. Our time is fast spent. I'm sure if you have more questions, we can get back to him. I'm sure he's going to give us his email. Please give us your email on the chat box so that anybody that has more questions can get back to you. Our next presentation is from Mr. Olujide Adesanya. He's also from FCMB, but he'll be telling us about how to get money and how we get money for renewable energy. So we're looking at financing for solarization. And I'm sure we're very excited to know how they want to give us money. Mr. Olujide, are you on the call, sir?
Yes, I am. Good morning.
Okay, so you have the call for 10 minutes, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Just give me a few seconds. I'll bring up my slide.
So while he's bringing up his slide, I would want to tell everybody on the call to please follow us on our social media handles, on X, on Instagram, and on Facebook at SMIDAN.gov. And you can also register on the SMIDAN register. Thank you very much.
Can you please confirm that you can see my slide, please?
Yes, we can see your slide, sir.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you very much, host. Thank you, the DG. Thank you, everyone, for this opportunity to speak to you from the Renewable Energy Unit in FCMB. So what we do in the Renewable Energy Unit is to support businesses to be able to reduce their expenses, their energy expenses, by helping finance for renewable energy solutions for the various aspects of the businesses, which I'll be speaking to in the next slide. Okay, so financing for renewable energy solutions are in three broad categories in FCMB. So we have for the mobile solar home system, which is the portable unit, which is easy to carry around. I'm sure a lot of us will be familiar with the small boxes, which are relatively smaller and which are compact. We can connect our appliances to this, and so they can be easy to carry around. That's why they are called portable. And then we have the rooftop systems. These are the systems where we have the solar panels on the roof. So wherever you see a solar panel on the roof, we'll know that this talks to the systems where you have the inverter and the batteries, which are quite heavy and are separated and not easy to move around. Then we also provide finance for solar freezers or cooling equipment. So um, this particularly applies to pharmacies that need to cool some of their drugs or vaccines or hospitals. Or we could also provide finance for people that maybe deep freezers that's for cold room, or for fish sellers that need to cool the fishes that they sell, or for those that, for example, cool their products, for example, fan milk distributors that need the cooling service. So we're able to provide finance. Then we also have finance for people that need tricycles that need to supply some of their products and need them to be cooled while in storage. So we're able to provide financing for those ones also. So that's why we refer to them as energy efficient equipment. So to the next question, who are the product vendors? So FCMB is in partnership with some product vendors that provide this particular service. For anyone to be able to access this, once you contact any of our branches, they'll refer the vendors to you, and you can access the finance. So how does a customer know what energy plan works for him? An energy audit will be conducted. So an energy audit is typically like an assessment of the equipment that a a a customer uses or a business uses. So I could also mention that for this is tailored towards for businesses. We also provide for individuals also in the bank. So the vendor will visit for energy audits. Then can a customer get help in checking his energy need before he makes a commitment? So yes, when the vendors conduct the energy audits, the part of the energy requirements of the energy audit is what we call a load assessment, and a recommended solution will be provided to the customer. However, we could mention that the mobile solar home systems and the solar freezers or energy efficient equipment will not need an energy audit, because these are specific standalone equipments that are being required or purchased based on specific need. To the next question, can a customer get a loan for all the product types? Yes, the customer can. Do the products come with a warranty? Yes, the products will typically come with a warranty. Just like we know, different brands of this equipment would usually have different warranty periods. However, we should just take note, because the warranty period stated or specific to the equipment will usually be stated on the invoice. And So the vendor will inform the customer on the invoice. What is the tenor of the loan? The minimum tenor of the loan is 3 months, while the maximum tenor is 36 months. How much loan can a customer get? A customer, to be able to determine the amount that a customer can get, the bank can finance up to a maximum of 80% of the invoice costs, or total cost on the invoice that has been provided to the customer by the vendor. However, this is subject to 20% of the customer's annual turnover. So that's that helps to be able to determine the capacity of the customer. Then how much can a customer get? So the maximum loan amount that a customer can get is 30 million naira, and the minimum amount is 300,000 naira. What is the interest rate? The interest rate is quite competitive. It's less than 20%. Next question, does the customer need to make an equity contribution? Yes, so the minimum equity contribution that a customer will make to be able to access this product is 20%. So the reason why we've actually brought this is because this is the start of a new year, and I know part of the vision of businesses, especially for this year 2025, um, is to be able to reduce your energy costs this year, because by doing that you'll be able to improve on your margins, which will add significantly to the bottom line at the end of the year. So for you to be able to access this our products, you can go to the nearest FCMB branch to you, and when you get there, just let them know that you're interested in the bank's energy loan, and I will also drop my email and my unit email in the chat box. You can send us an email if you're interested, and we would refer you to the vendor closest to you to conduct the energy audit if need be, and refer you to a branch that is closest to you. Thank you. This is the end of my presentation. So I'd like to take questions.
Thank you for that presentation, sir. It was very enlightening and very precise. Please, do we have questions on the call? Do we have questions for the presenter, please? No questions?
Yes, there's a question. I dropped it on the chat, but I don't know if I should
So
take it.
my question, sorry, is clear. Will one have to be a customer of FCMB Bank before accessing the loan?
Yes. For anyone to be able to benefit from the loan, the person will need to be a customer of the bank, because the loan would have to be channeled through the customer's account with FCMB. So yes.
There's a question on the chat box. For a business which wants to provide cooling or drying hubs in a coastal community as a business, can we access the facility?
Yes. Yes, the business can access the facility. We've had instances of people around the coastal areas that want to preserve their fishes, Yes, they can.
Is there a restriction to the brands of equipment that you're providing?
Um, there's no restriction to the brand per se. However, so long as the brand has the required certification. So the vendors that are providing this service or that are selling this equipment are required to use top quality equipment so that the customers will not get to complain. That's why we also request for a warranty on any equipment that is provided. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for all of that enlightenment. I hope we're satisfied with the question. If we have further questions, I'm sure he's going to make his email available to us on the chat box so that we can send in further questions, and I'm sure we'll get answers. For the last but not the least presentation for today, we have the Organization of Nigeria, and presenting to us is Chiamaka Nwagwa. Apologies. Chiamaka Nwagwa will be representing the head MSME desk or SON. Mr. Chiamaka, I don't know if it's a Mr. or Mrs. Are you there? Are you on the call? Chiamaka, are you on the call? Hello? Chiamaka Nwagwa from SON, are you on this call? Are you on the call? I'm not sure we can find. Mr. Chiamaka or Miss Chiamaka, I'm not sure which it is. Are you on this call? Okay, so I think we're having a bit of technical issues with Chiamaka. Please give us a minute. Madam Chiamaka, are you on the call? Chiamaka from SON, are you on this call?
Networking. So through ID secret man, if you join. ID secret man, if you are sure. Only joking,
ṣèjọ́ táwọn ṣe.
Meeting.
Ó nígbà.
SON. Shamaka, are you here? Shamaka, are you on the call? Okay, so I think we'll probably bring this program to an end since we can't reach Mr. or Miss Chamaka. We will definitely be on tomorrow by 10 a.m. and I'm sure at that time, hopefully if we can reach him, we'll try and accommodate him with us tomorrow. Thank you very much for your time. Please hold on. So as we bring this program to an end, I'd like to invite Mrs. Fawale to please come online to help us bring this program to an end for today, and then we'll see tomorrow. Mrs. Fawale, are you on the call? Mrs. Fawale, are you on this call? Mrs. Fawale, are you on the call, ma'am? Okay, so I think we're having technical issues on the call with some of the people that we're supposed to have on the call. But before we go, I would like to just lay some emphasis on the things we have learned today. The first is that vision is a mental image of your desired business direction, and your vision should be clear. And it is difficult to achieve your goals without a clear vision. We also had the opportunity of talking to your vision statements and what it should contain. It is important for your visions to contain your core values. We had the opportunity of interacting with FCMB, and they told us about how to get financing for solar opportunities. And also they also told us opportunities about the She Venture. We also had an opportunity to interact with FIRS, and FIRS gave us information on our tax reforms, and what we're expected to file as return and how to go about the different taxes. And also emphasize that please, we should ensure we obtain our receipts and credit notes when we file our taxes. And lastly, but not the least, we're supposed to have SON talk to us on the standards that we're expected to keep. What are the standards that are expected of us in the business? Since that brings our day to an end, I'll call Regina once more to please come online while we'll bring this program today to a conclusion. Regina, are you online?
Yes, I am. Good afternoon to every one of us, and thank you very much for joining from the start of this program till the end. We will be live again tomorrow by 10 with Coach Selina practically showing us what we need to do. So hope to see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful and fantastic day ahead. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Funto, for hosting us today. See you tomorrow.
Thank you all. Bye for now. See you tomorrow.